The last two sets of your workout are the most important. Let me tell you why. In your workouts, especially once you get to phase two and beyond, and I start writing your workout programs, you're going to see that I use a style called reverse pyramid. Okay. So a lot of the times you'll see it'll be look like this: 12 reps, 10 reps, 8 reps. And then sometimes I'll throw up another one that's like another 12 reps or 15 reps, a little higher on the back end. Okay. And so the lowest rep and then the last set are your most important. If it just goes 10, 8, 6, then that 6 is the most important. But if there's 10, 8, 6, 12, 6 and 12 are both very, very important sets. And here's why. We want to make sure that every single time we're working out, we are doing what's called progressive overload. So I see a lot of people, they go and they do their workouts and they use 50 pounds for 12 and 50 pounds for 10, 50 pounds for 8, and then 50 pounds for 12. And what's happening is you're never really pushing yourself all the way to failure in that case. So either the weight is too heavy for those early sets and you're burning yourself out on the first two sets, which we don't want to do, or you're not pushing yourself hard enough on those last two sets. So a more ideal set would look like this: 10 reps at 50, 8 reps at 60, 6 reps at 70, and then 12 reps at 55, let's say. Okay. So here's what we want to do. Here's our focus for the last two sets. On one of those last two sets, we want to increase our weight and do the same amount of reps. On the other of the sets, we want to increase our reps and do the same amount of weight. My preference is always trying to push the weight on the lower rep sets. When you get down to that 8 or that 6, try to go a little bit heavier. And if you end up at 5 or 7 and not getting all your reps in, totally fine. We'll go back to that weight next time and increase the reps, get the reps that we're looking for. And then on the last one, I like to push to failure on that. It's a little higher rep usually. So it's going to look like it's going to be an 8, a 10, or a 12. But we want to make sure that we are getting as many reps as we possibly can and going to what's called technical failure on that. Okay. So technical failure means that you're getting the last rep and you're pushing it, you're getting it, and you can't quite get, like you get it, but just barely. Because if you did one more rep, you would kind of go like this and you push and you maybe arch your back and you do something weird and maybe you screw your shoulder. So technical failure. So it's the last rep you can get with technical perfection. So let me show you a quick screenshot of what this looks like. Or we're going to look at John's workout in here. So, all right. So you'll see that like on this week, we'll just look at his lat pull downs. Okay. So he had 8, then he had 6, then he had 12. Okay. So he did 99 pounds for 8, then he did 104 pounds for 6. Then he went to 88 pounds for the 12. Okay, great. And I can't look at one workout in isolation and be like, that's good or that's bad. Okay, it's all about your progression. So let's go down. Let's see how he did this time. So he did 8 at 104, 6 at 110, and then 12 at 88. So if we compare that. So he got 99, 104, 88. Then so he bumped that up, 104, 110, 88. So the only thing I would have loved to see different is him to hit 13 pounds or 13 reps on that 88-pound lat pull down, because he already satisfied the requirement. He already went heavier on our lowest rep set. He already got 110 at 6, so which is a 6-pound increase from last time where he only had 104. So that's great. But now on that last rep, don't just stop at 12 reps just because I said 12 reps. Stop at technical failure, because a lot of times what will happen is you'll do your reps, you'll get to 12 and you'll be like, I got more, and you get to like 16 reps. Okay. And if you didn't do those last 4 or 5 reps because you were just underestimating your strength or you didn't really feel like you had it in you, you are leaving a lot of your gains on the table, because this, like that 8 rep set, that's a warm-up set. The 6 rep set, we call this a contrast set. So we're going higher weight. So we're making it feel harder. So when you go back to that 12 rep set, it's going to feel easier right up until you hit the wall. Okay. So if you get to 12 and you're like, okay, that wasn't too bad, then you left some reps on the table, because those last 4 to 6 reps of any given set, that's when you make all your money. Okay. That's where all the results come from. So all you did like the same weights over and over again. You're wasting your time in the gym. So we want to make sure that the last 2 sets are always where we're getting 100%. Okay. So think about trying to do just one more rep, 1 more pound. Okay. On those 2 sets. And for example, if you, let's say you got, last time you did 6 at 110, this time you did 7 at 110, great. Try to bump the weight up on this one. So especially if you went like If I said 12 reps, you were able to get 15 last time. Well, that means you need to bump that weight up to bring the reps back down to be in that zone. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of what exactly you need to be looking at when you are addressing those sets. And I really want you to stay out of the trap, because it is a trap, of doing the same weight on every set, okay? Because either you're doing too much initially or not pushing yourself hard enough in the back end. If you have other questions on this, let me know. But this is of critical importance if you want to see the type of gains and improvements over time. So we've got some progressive overload. We want to see one of those last 2 sets have push higher weights. One of those last 2 sets push more reps. This is gospel. This is muscle building gospel. If you can nail this point, you're going to be successful. Talk to you soon.